welcome. We got round 3 Titans League bronze. Both of these players, regardless, are going to be in silver. Very exciting for them. They're both players who a couple years ago you might not have known too much about. So big start here for NeoZz. He goes for Incas. I was just saying how he has this build with the Incas on this map, which is the Forever Drush. Makes lots of militia to try and pressure the woodline. And right off the bat, I mean, the boar's on the front there. NeoZz maybe has an opportunity to steal this. Terz doesn't seem interested in trying to block that possibility at all. It seems like he just thought about that possibility. I think NeoZz is mainly here. Yeah, he's doubling back. NeoZz is mainly here to prevent the deer from being pushed in. So he does not want those deer to be pushed in. A lot of players are trying to push in the deer. If you prevent that with the eagle through the choke point, things can get really awkward. This is a really bad spot for a mill, just FYI. I don't think I've seen that before. That feels like whoever scripted this is trying to troll somebody. Is he? Oh, interesting. Oh, so he knows the strat. He's found the outer woodline. He's looked around. There are the occasional woodlines out here, and he's going to avoid the rocky terrain, and he's going to go to that woodline. There's also a bear there. Okay, so he knows what's coming, and there's the barracks. That is interesting. I mean, that's a pretty far distance to walk, but it's worth it if you know what pressure is coming. I'm really curious of what NeoZz is going to do, because NeoZz is going to assume that the woodline is going to be being taken over here. So we actually had complaints about this, by the way. Players gave some feedback, both internally and, I don't know, externally, that sometimes there would be these woodlines in the corner. So we removed these woodlines in the corner, and there's always been these woodlines on the sides. And yeah, I mean, that's where he's gone. So 4 on wood. Has it walled in, so there's no big mistakes. Still cannot push in any deer. So that is not an option for him whatsoever. NeoZz is sticking to the strat. He's patrolling the middle. And we've got militia on the way. Now, usually it does not stop at 2. It does not stop at 3. It does not stop at 4. I saw him make 10 militia. And it's tough to execute because you have to also skip your lumber camp and get all your timings down so you're not really far behind. But they actually tried to use the militia here now, NeoZz, to bring in the sheep. But here come the militia. So he's expecting the woodline to be on the rocky terrain. And Terz wants that deer. Terz sees the militia. So Terz knows that they're here. Needs to maybe get some walls up on the berries right now, which he's going to do. No deer does slow down the uptime a little bit. NeoZz goes this way with the eagle. Doesn't see a woodline yet. He might then come this way looking for the woodline. He's going to be on 5 militia. And he sees the deer. Terz is going to try and get away with one now. That's not going to be possible. 5 militia and counting for NeoZz. He has spent all of his gold on the militia. He would have to go out and take a lot of gold to even get loom here. And still no woodline. NeoZz doesn't know exactly where that woodline is. A little surprised he didn't continue to look this way. Right? Like, you should be confirming that. It's certainly not over here. He's going to look now. He's not going to see it here. He will be confused. And so Terz is added a farm. He's going to repair his house. But the thing about this drush, guys, is if you get 6 militia on a Dark Age house, multiple villagers have to repair it. So you think that this is poor investment, but if you think about how efficient the eco will be for NeoZz, it's going to be fairly efficient. The key for him is farming, getting berries, and having enough consistent food eco. He's going to just attack the mill now. And Terz is on the way to feudal. I like the approach from Terz. Trying to go 19 pop without deer is not possible. But his woodline is safe. NeoZz is really confused. And if he can get vills on gold and then shift all these villagers to straggler trees and even just get like 1 or 2 archers out, 1 or 2 archers could be really strong. I don't know about 4 on gold, though. I don't think you need that. I think 2 on gold is fine. But that's, I mean, gold is gold. Also, I'm not seeing any overchops here from Terz. I saw some people worried about that. So those 4 villagers have kind of changed the game. In terms of resources collected, it is still better for NeoZz because his eco balance is actually insanely smooth. He is getting loom now as well. Just will he have the food to actually click up? You're going to need another farm here for your NeoZz. You got a lot of vills without food right now. Now he sees the vills on gold. Now, Khmer could actually skip the lumber camp entirely and still go feudal. So maybe right now in his mind, he's thinking that Terz doesn't even have a lumber camp. And that Terz is just taking straggler trees. Which when I said Khmer, that was actually what I was thinking of trying. I think it's pretty ill-advised. But you could maybe get like 2 archers and then get enough wood for a lumber camp. Terz will be able to afford a decent amount here. He's got the range already. The food eco for vills. Villagers on gold are safe. These villagers are the key, and NeoZz doesn't know about it. And now NeoZz moves over. NeoZz will look, see the range, and I think alarm bells are kind of going off in his head right now. But he can click up after this. And then Incas have really cheap skirms, and he has already got 7 farms. And he should be able to use the militia and the eagle to delay Terz enough. Terz needs to run forward with the archers. Do not worry about the militia or the eagle. Do not worry about that at all. You need to go into your opponent's eco as fast as possible with these first 2 archers. Still doesn't know about this woodline, by the way. Militia could be man-at-arms later, could be upgraded. Farm count is great. Berries is great. Amount on wood, amount on gold is borderline perfect for NeoZz. Ahead in res collected, but this was far from a surprise. Man, I gotta say, okay, now he sees it. Now he's like, ah, now it's the literal taunt. He's like, oh, okay, now I get it. Now it makes sense. That could be a liability later on, by the way. So, like, this is very exposed against archers or something. Is Terz going forward? He is. Oh, Terz is so ready. He's got fletching already, too. Terz is so prepped. This is such a good build. This is so cool, man. And it's like preparing for your opponent. NeoZz was the guy who did this to Capoch and other people in, what tournament was it? I forget now. This is so good. Still, NeoZz has managed it well. NeoZz will get the archer range down. NeoZz will get his eco upgrades. NeoZz still has the militia around. I don't think it's worth going for man-at-arms, but maybe if the map becomes more open. And as good as this has been for Terz, and as much as this has brought out some of the Terz fanboys in my chat, this has been equally as solid for NeoZz. He doesn't really need the berries anymore. He can get horse collar and start to drop some farms. The tower goes up to protect the wood line. The walls make it awkward for the archers to really do anything. And Terz will come back with these archers now to clear up the militia, so he won't go forward with much more. But now he drops a stable. Oh, we've got a banger of a game. This is a great game. This is super cool. I don't know who created the original Rocky Forest script, but whoever did he needs to see this. They need to see this because this is what it was designed for, right? Like the whole strat from NeoZz is to pressure the fact you can't wall your wood lines. And then the whole strat from Terz is to counter the fact that there's a counter to not being able to wall the wood lines. The starting scout is here. Starting scout will push back these skirms. Again, well played from Terz. I might be able to kill a skirmisher here. Might be able to kill 2 skirms, actually. Yeah, kills 2 skirmishers with the starting scout. That's not bad, even though it's cheap. But scout will probably go down. And then skirms will be out, which, again, becomes an issue at a certain stage. This becomes an issue at a certain stage, too. If these got upgraded, they'd be into that wood line, but he didn't think it was worth it. Might as well fight with them, though, right? And Terz is Khmer, so he can hop inside these houses. Does enough to save her. And is fighting this off with the Vills right now. But also now NeoZz will know that there's scouts. We'll see the additional scouts, and we'll understand the follow-up. It's pretty good information for him to have here. Because if he didn't have that intel, He might move out with his skirms, and you can see he's already backing away already. But, I mean, the army count for Terz is insane after this. He clears the militia. And Terz has 16 farms. Archers and scouts is a really good comp, and it really doesn't feel like NeoZz. I mean, he hasn't been able to get anything done, right? 10-1 KD right now for Terz. All because of these 4 villagers. And resources are climbing up towards Castle Age. I like the houses for Terz. You could tell he's playing confidently through army. He's not thinking about walls on a map that's not designed to be a wallable map. The houses give you vision, but also a place to hide in. It can get awkward later, but for now, it's a really good approach. And I like what NeoZz has done. I would do the same thing. Add your own archers. And hope that your own archers are enough. And Terz is just going to run through. He sees the tower now. Kills the villager on the farm. Backs away. NeoZz will hope to click up. He will fall back to this gold now. That's a nice adaptation. But he needs to be walled on this side now. And he's panicked here. He's going for stone. Terz should know if he sees Stonewall that his opponent has no answer. I think Stonewalls can be built more casually now. Terz is just attacking the house. So for those that watched the wide game, the wide Goku series before this, that opening from wide is on my mind now. And I would love to see a forward siege workshop. Just like a couple Khmer Scorpions could be really strong. I wouldn't hate a Mangonel here. But just like a siege workshop on the doorstep right there would be really solid. There's actually a tree there. So it looks like there's a hole, but there's actually a tree. He can't get through. I say tree, it's more like a bush. But that palisade is going to go down. Oh, he's waiting for a market. He's waiting for a market. Market. And he blocks it with a... Oh! Oh, I can see what he thought. But, yeah, the bush doesn't block that, and the army is through. Oh, that's huge for Terz. He's 45 seconds away from crossbow. Panic time for NeoZz. Tower on the back. Army count's still not very good for NeoZz. He's hoping that he'll somehow make it to Castle Age faster, but... This is such a good adaptation against the Inca build, guys. It's so good. And no one just does this and plays like this unless they practiced a ton, right? You could just tell he's encountered this in practice sessions. It's so smooth. It's so good. Eco upgrades flying in for Terz. Crossbow bodkin on the way. University so he can push the ballistics timing. This gold's exposed and has some villagers on it. They need to run. This gold is protected by a tower. But that doesn't protect all your vills. I think Terz is ready to finish this game quickly here. NeoZz is going to be mainly relying on the market for eco balance here. This eco is really rough. The scouts will snipe a villager underneath that tower. Crossbows move in on this side. Idols here. Idols inside the TC. Idols everywhere for Terz. Or sorry, for NeoZz. Can Terz finish this? He's got the position he needs. He's waiting for ballistics. Actually just needs a little bit of patience here so he doesn't overextend. If he were to switch into town centers, it would extend his lead. But also switching into town centers would take his focus away from the attack. And yeah, University gets denied. Ballistics is in. 2 villagers go down. Look at how active Terz is on the front with his micro. He's playing great. I think this might be over, guys. This is such a significant lead. The crossbows will sit underneath the gold. The villagers will run. There's no ballistics on the tower. NeoZz drops a market to block. Still loses 2 more vills. As he chases all the way back here, he's now getting hit on the front again and losing more vills. He's lost 13 vills. What a build! I want to have like a deep dive video on this. I want to go back and say, hey, this is what was happening in that tournament. This is what the meta worked against this player. This broke this meta. That broke that meta. And now one player expected it and he had a cool build against him and he beat it with this meta. I want to make a video on that. But the last time I did that on Rocky Forest, it was like the worst performing video I've had in a year. And it took a lot of time. So, I'm probably not going to make that video. Maybe I'll learn from it. I don't know, but that's super sick. That's a really fun build. I love to see that. So, Terz, he knew what was coming. That's how you beat that build. And NeoZz, he didn't do anything wrong. In theory, he could have stopped making militia once he realized, but I don't think he fully realized. I genuinely think in his mind, because he didn't scout this, he thought that Terz was just not taking a lumber camp, like wood on a lumber camp. I think he thought he was just taking the straggler trees, because that's probably what I would think. So that's super cool. Not that he could have done anything about that wood line anyway. So Terz, 25 kills, 11 deaths, super clean eco. Great start. All right, game 2. NeoZz has gone for Turks. Turks on Shoals. Is there a certain player, is there a certain memory that enters anyone's mind here with this Civ pick? I had problems. I struggle to forget games. I definitely remember who. I definitely remember when. There was one player I remember doing this. Probably one that people should be able to guess, because he's like, you know, kind of well known. Dr. Loop says Hera. Yes, Hera did this. It was, I believe, Turks versus Italians. And I think it was in a series against Sebastian. May have been a series against Leary. I said I remember and I forget now. But eventually got to cannon galleons. And with cannon galleons, got to like crazy range. So cannon galleons already range a lot. But if you get to the +2 range on elite cannon galleons, you're ranging all the golds, all the base, like all the maps. So that is part of why Turks were really strong there. Turks also can get the Lycav upgrade for free, so they can use the map pretty nicely and deny relics. I think Koreans, though, they feel more natural to me in the early stages. I think having the cheaper ships is great. Having the ability to just build towers that are already upgraded for you, really good as well. So, but I think Koreans are maybe a little bit more awkward to play. Like, getting the free light cab upgrade and patrolling around the map can make things a little awkward if the opponent doesn't wall up. But between these two players, I would say Terz likes to wall more, and Terz should have pretty good base structure here. So, kind of what I'm expecting at the moment. T90 was Hera versus Leary, Dravidians from Leary. Ah, Dravidians, okay. Does anyone remember that Leary had Dravidians in that one game against Doubt? Dravidians, Hindustanis, I think it was. And, like, Doubt never died. It took forever. It was such a long game on this map. I think Doubt also had, like, no gold. I think he was going purely Hussar for a while. And just a couple hand cannons. That was a crazy game. This game, if you have a situation where both players have both, like, one side of the gold, this can be a really tough map to finish games on. So, Koreans and Turks. Koreans and Turks. Someone in my... Okay. Question before I bring up the name I'm laughing at. Do your parents or friends know your online username, chat? Because, like, I asked this because in my case, like, people do, right? But, like, parents or friends, yes or no? Okay, some people saying yes, some people saying no. Brothers only. They gave me this name? Okay. Okay, to the people saying no, do you have, like... You're saying friends don't know your username? So, do you have, like... Some people have... Like, I have a lot of gaming friends that are not... They are still, like, my quote-unquote real friends. But they're not... They don't necessarily know my real friends. Do you have, like, a separate situation there? Or what? I'm asking because this one person's username in my chat is Flatulent Hole. And I wonder what the thought process is, right? Because, like, at some point in your life, you have a username like that, and you might have someone you know find out, or, you know, It just really makes me think. Like, I'd like to believe if that was my username, my parents would still love me. But I think the respect and how proud they would be of me would go down a little bit. I'm just curious. I mean, because it's not like someone gave that to you. It's not like you got given a character in some board game. And you're like, ah, I got the weird one. You chose that. Yeah, Major Herpes is another weird one. Okay. Anyways, I kind of got distracted here. My apologies. Terz is walling up. This feels like a fast castle. NeoZz. He's not walling, but also a fast castle. And the difference here, the reason he's not walling, is because there's no threat of the Koreans going for a lot of land pressure. Koreans are like, boom, and they stay safe. And then the Turks have the light cap. And so Terz has to wall, has to prep for the light cap. But it's a really smart move. He added a couple more vills. Because when you're walling, investing into walls, villager time on walls, you need to do that. So far, really impressed with Terz. I really like his builds. Someone's asking for the elo. I can add that here. It's like 2550 versus like 2400 elo or something. So they're pretty close in elo. NeoZz has been maybe the player in the bracket, though, who in other tournaments has done crazy well being the underdog with elo. Like, he beat Viper 3-2, for example, right? I know there might be a couple people, oh, Viper, you know, he's not what he used to be. Oh, he's washed, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's people are always going to say what they're going to say. But still, like, crazy good performance to get that job done, and other people would just not have been able to do that. NeoZz is pushing in an extra deer. We had a little pause there. And the deer is going back. That's annoying. That's annoying. Yep. Once the deer decides, you can't do anything about it. Don't even try. Don't even try. Why are you trying, NeoZz? Don't even try. Don't even try. Oh, reset. Suddenly the deer is willing to cooperate. Okay. So he just shoots it once. It resets it. Now the deer will behave. Have to keep pushing it. If you stop, it could go back again. And NeoZz is on the way to Castle Age. We're not seeing any ships for him right now. We'll see if Terz chooses to go for some ships. Terz is going for a stable. Oh, man. I freaking love this, dude. I freaking love this. Too many people sit behind their walls, or too many people rush their cat. No, the deer's going back again. Now it just dies. Oh, that's sad. Like, I just think it's such a smart approach to have a little bit of scouting. Your opponent won't expect it. Sometimes the opponent won't get loom. These games are live, okay? I'm not casting this with knowledge of how these games are going to go, but I just think Terz is playing really solid. Just these tiny things. When Terz sees the palisade walls. No loom. So, I mean, no loom. That could be a villager kill. And Terz... Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's laughing. He is laughing right now. Like, can he get 2? You're going to make more scouts, so it's worth the greed. Misclick? Oh, one more hit, he could have got the kill. Well, I mean, one villager kill is still really nice. And now he knows what he needs to know. He knows his opponent is open. He knows his opponent is out of the stable. He already knows that. I think he expected it, rather, but... Also, the walls for Terz kind of give him access to both the golds. There's not a lot of golds here. But there's this. And then there is this. You can still take this within your walls. And there goes the scout, the weak scout, into the middle. Another great sign that he knows what's up here. And he is going to add a couple fire galleys to maybe go kill those fish. I wouldn't run this way, because the sea tower's there. And light cap from NeoZz will start to attack the walls. And Terz can easily build a house to block that off. This is where it gets tough, though, right? Because you now need to invest into the light cap upgrade, and the Turks do not. And NeoZz goes second TC, boom, right away. Third TC, boom, right away. And he's not necessarily going to lose his fish right away because of the sea tower situation. So things are definitely more difficult for Terz to manage right now. And things could go wrong This would be horrible for him. Terz. Oof, that was a panic moment. That was a real panic moment. He realized in the last second. Well, that villager can somehow hammer faster than 4 units with swords can do damage, so seems to be fine. And we do have a fire lancer or 2 on the way behind the wall. They have the ranged attack, which might just scare NeoZz off here. Bonk. And NeoZz says, ow, and runs away. Close game. Close game. Terz will get War Galley. Only has 2 fires. I like to see the 3rd first. You get the 3rd, you can definitely go clear this. TCs were up faster for NeoZz. But NeoZz just lost a villager over here. This wasn't walled. And he's going to have issues now. Because the light cap from Terz come in. So he did not use the light cap defensively, which a lot of people would do. He used the fire lancers. And now Terz is on water, guys. And yeah, those fishing ships will go down. Over here, a fire lancer goes down. What a close game. Oh, farms getting sniped? Ooh, I can't tell if they were all deleted, but one of the farms was actually taken out. That's 60 wood down the drain. Terz just seems so confident. Can he get the farms again? Like, imagine you're just in the groove if you're able to snipe that. Oh, another villager says, I'll take that. No, I won't. Just kidding. Yes, I will. Just kidding. No, I won't. Just kidding. You guys are just got a peek into how my brain works when I'm in the game. It's not casting. It's whatever that was. Oh, got the Vil. See you later, sucker. Oh, man, he's owning right now. He's playing so well. So annoying for the opponent. Sea Tower's almost down. Kind of sad. I think Sea Tower will go down. But does lose the fire. It's not too big a deal now. And now it's all about the eco. How can they balance out their economies with the boom? It is very close. I've been impressed with the eco KD, obviously, for Terz. I think this game is certainly feeling better for him right now, but we got a long game ahead of us, guys. A long game as Terz gets another snipe. What is going on, man? Get the nerd spam in chat, dude. He's checking all the HP. He is locked in right now. Holy. Still looking around for weak Vils, but there's no more. That's wonderful, wonderful stuff. But yeah, this gold and stone area on the sides is key on this map. I'm really curious when they're going to fight for it. If NeoZz didn't know how the units got in before, now he does. Yeah, I don't think he realized that. I think Fire Lancers to take a side would be really smart. And I really like a 4th TC in Castle Age here. Turks will want to castle drop you and play bombard cannon timing to kill the stuff that's here. So that's how Turks will want to play. I don't think Turks would really want the 4th TC. Also, 2 tiles of gold for NeoZz is very far away, which is unfortunate, but that does happen on this map. And NeoZz is making a move for a TC right now with that in mind. Terz has that light cav around. I don't know if he spotted that. I think he's just camping on the relics. He's sitting over here. He's sitting over here, so definitely thinking about the relics. And actually missing these Vils is pretty critical. This will be a NeoZz town center. T90, do you think devs should nerf repairs? I think repairs are fine. I think repairs are fine. There's more ways to batter down buildings now than there has been. The cost is also pretty high. People don't realize the cost because you always have resources coming in. I think it's fine. Just Chew, thanks for the prime. Says T90, thanks for keeping me interested in AoE2. Now I can't focus on working. Yeah, you're welcome and sorry. Very sorry. Apparently, stop people from working, help people sleep, and boost people's confidence in their farm placement. I don't know. Just doing the Lord's work out here. Doing my best. NeoZz trying to come back on water, which he could do, because he will have 3 fires. Even though they're not War Galley, it's still very doable. And fire ships. Fire ships forcing that away. Light Cav is going to be here. There was also a monk from NeoZz. I'm laughing because somebody just asked in my chat, how do you ask a woman out? Question mark. You really want advice from me, huh? I love it when people ask these questions. It just gives me so many opportunities to say stupid stuff. Dude, rule number 1, don't ask the guy who talks about other people playing a 25-year-old video game. That's rule number 1. Okay? So if you're coming to me, I know I'm going to get married. She's my best friend, love of my life. I did something right. If you're going to come to me for that first, you've made a mistake. I would hope that I'm like 20 down the list. You get to me at 20, then I take it as a compliment. I would impress her with your ability to micro crossbows and transition your farm economy behind while on 3 TCs. So in my case, she saw that and she said, holy crap, I need to be with him. And I, you know, that's basically the whole situation. Actually, that's not true because she would have... That's actually one of my weakest points in my gameplay. But just be yourself. Just be yourself. Seriously, just be yourself. Just, if it doesn't work out, whatever, that's fine. It's good. It's actually kind of good if a date or something doesn't work out with somebody. Because guess what? You didn't find your person. You didn't find your person faster. Good. Now you can go, you know, do something you like. And hopefully... Oh, God. Monks are getting... What is happening here? That's 3 monks down to 1 light calf? 4? Oh, man. That was crazy value from Terz. I got distracted. Yeah, that's my advice. We should probably move back into this. Terz will have this whole left side, or I guess south side, locked down. Has had really good engagements. Eco, though, is still very close. Honestly, it's as close as it could maybe get after this Eco KD. Because NeoZz is still ahead with the Eco KD. But Terz has actual army to protect the map. And the Light Cav edition, which the Koreans are not good at, by the way, it's still added value. And then the extra Fire Lancers is added value as well. So now he's got a decision to make. Does he push this side? Or does he push this side? Both could be a risk. Eventually you can do both, but right now you can. It seems like Terz is just going to take... and start to push this side and allow NeoZz to take the resources up here. Fishing ships are not really important. Water control is for the cannon galleons, so we can't forget about that. NeoZz does have 4 relics, which I never mentioned. So he lost a lot of monks, but he still has 4 relics, which is huge. There are 7 on the map. Here he converts a light cav. Nice engagement. Here, not so good engagement against the fire ships. Feels like the plan for NeoZz is cav archers. So that, and it's a really smart play with the Turks. I like it a lot more than gunpowder. Koreans have pretty cheap skirms. Cav archers are more mobile and more tanky. I think they're both gonna push the other's base right now, guys. Yo. Yo. Honestly, flip a coin on who's gonna win this one. Because NeoZz is about to drop a castle over here and push with bomber cannons and CA. Over here, we're gonna have a castle from Terz with some trebs. Castle's gonna go up for NeoZz. I'm not in love with this castle if he loses water control. Because cannon galleons can take this down. But... I mean, cannon galleons can kind of take everything down, and I don't exactly know if Terz is going to be able to think about that. But yeah, like, NeoZz has no military buildings at home. He's evacuating! We are not playing shoals, guys. We're playing evacuation in this series. Oh my god, this is going to get so crazy. Let's go! And what it's going to hurt, it's going to hurt your wood and your farming eco. I think they're both going to have a crap ton of gold and very little of everything else. Like, Terz is 36 on gold right now. And yeah, bombard cannons for Turks outrange the Korean towers. If artillery is in, and artillery is coming in. So Terz is hoping for tower defense. That will not be enough. Not against multiple bombard cannons. Meanwhile, NeoZz tries a world-famous dock block over here. So the units can't pass through, and he has a little bit of time. Terz is clearly panicking because he doesn't even have the elite skirm upgrade yet. Or Bodcanero. And NeoZz is just leaving. He's just running, and he's bringing everything to gold. Keep an eye on the food and gold counts. It's getting so much worse for Terz. It's getting so much worse for NeoZz. I guess it hasn't gotten worse for Terz yet. It will for NeoZz. He should actually be farming in the north right now if he adds farms. Yeah, this tower's down. Next tower will go down. This whole base will just melt so fast. You cannot stop this very easily. You have to push. And now he's starting to push. I mean, NeoZz has nothing back here. I guess he's going to try a couple bombard cannons. But, like, in his mind, it seems to be that he is just going to try and kill Terz faster than Terz is going to kill him. Actually, an argument for full fortified wall behind this. Too late now. Yeah, Terz is coming in with towers, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, there's a castle. I guess towers at least buy time for you, but now I see that Terz doesn't have any stone. Okay, he shifts to stone over here. There's plenty of stone there, too. Castle is on the way up for Terz. Will kill some vills with skirms. Can bring his trebs immediately for that castle. There is a bombard cannon for NeoZz that will have to be the only way he defends. Meanwhile, over here, bombard cannon defense for Terz. So he does have something beyond that tower. But the bombard cannon goes down. Guys, I'm telling you. This is going to be a base trade of epic proportions. Oh. I've never seen one quite like this on this map. If you're wondering why Terz isn't looking here, it's because he's looking here and he's pushing. I don't even know what you do. You just got to kill faster. Hey, this is nice. Like, sniping whatever defensive bomber cannons are out there is absolutely huge. But, like, unit-wise, it gets really difficult. Okay, cannon galleons. Cannon galleons can take down the castle. The funny thing is, cannon galleon range is actually outranged by the bombard cannons. And bombard cannons can go everywhere. Yeah, Terz is sinking resources into towers to just, like, hold the line for a little bit. And now NeoZz... I mean, I feel like NeoZz has done a good job to get out of here faster. He brought a lot more eco. That might play a role. He's got 60 on gold. 60. And they're just going to be buying wood and buying food and buying stone. Bombard tower is a crazy choice there with artillery. I like that choice. Oh, no, wait. Terz just hit the bombard cannon with the trebs. There is another bombard cannon on the way for NeoZz. What is this game? Oh, it's so much importance. The skirms are getting great value up there. The bombard cannon's out. No stone for NeoZz. He just buys 500 more. Bombard cannon's here. Bombard cannon's working. Trebs. Miss! Is that one going to hit in the middle? Does, somehow, even though it looked like it missed. That's always weird. And a forward bombard tower from NeoZz. That will get taken out by cannon galleons, but these 5 bombard cannons are melting every single tower, man. 1 on food for NeoZz. The only food eco that Terz has is literally right here. Man, these skirms are really annoying. These trebs are really annoying. But war wagons are kind of nice here. Just to click them after the bombard cannons like that. Oh, that's so huge. Another bombard cannon's not even in queue. What? Are they just going to move counterclockwise around the map? Like Terz has to move that way, and, like, they need to start stealing farms in the other person's base right now. This is a legendary game. Okay, skirms will eventually die. But Terz can't stop this. He cannot engage against this. And don't say skirms, because skirms die to bombard cannons. And he doesn't have food. NeoZz is still trying to hold. They're both either repairing or building their ways to just surviving. The bombard cannon's out for Terz. It's spotted by the CA. It goes down. Siege workshop's down. Tower here denied. This tower will go down. He is running out of towers. The skirms are going to die. The castle. Can it stay up a little bit longer? Terz repaired the wrong one. Terz repaired the wrong one. No way, dude. Honestly, I think the fact that NeoZz brought 60 vills to gold way faster and evacuated way faster might be a big role here. That was a really smart play. How much gold does he have? He only has 10k left. There was like 40,000 golds here. That would be funny. That would be really funny if he runs out of gold before the hour mark. Bombard cannon's out again. Castle finally falls for NeoZz. I mean, we got elite fire lancers on the way. He's gonna try, like, but they don't have the armor. It does cost wood and gold, so I guess it's a decent unit to think of. But this is still hard to engage into right now. Oh, and the fish going down is not a big deal, but I thought there were more cannon galleons than that. So I think a cannon galleon died at a certain stage. Oh, but the fire lancers are burning the bombard cannons. Not really, but, you know, they're toasting them a little bit. And I think Terz kind of holds, at least against this army. He did lose a lot of units. There's still a bombard tower there. And he does still... He basically has taken NeoZz completely out of where he started. NeoZz seeds farms for the first time in a while. NeoZz has more TCs up here, which is good. Terz does too. Yeah, these bombard cannons are just going to keep coming in. They're taking down houses. Terz has no way to take the 15 range bombard towers out of here. And they are kind of everywhere too. Towers already have 13 kills. Oh my god, the cannon galleon was even converted. If he takes down this dock before Terz can make a fire ship, that cannon galleon can start to do some work here. War wagons have made it into the north now. What a game. But I think NeoZz will hold with a bombard tower, at least against those. And more cav archers are back. The bombard towers are still standing. These bombard cannons will keep moving in. Murder holes would be nice for NeoZz, but he doesn't have the resources for it, and he buys another TC. Great call. As of now, from my assessment, the difference has been bombard cannons with artillery, obviously, but then also NeoZz just abandoned ship way earlier. It's crazy, though. He only has 6k more gold remaining up here. And then Terz has 16k. But he did lose his relics. Well, no. NeoZz also lost his relics. NeoZz just deleted his farms because he saw that Terz was building a TC here and saw that Terz was going to steal them. I think there were a couple more farms there. Can you engage against these bombard cannons and against these cav archers? Cav archers that can get more upgrades, by the way. Could be heavy CA. Could get Sipahi from a castle. Don't think he has a castle. No, he does have a castle. Ooh, cav archers running through the middle is pretty smart to try and disrupt the gold a little bit. And now docks from NeoZz feels like a really smart play. Oof. Yeah, there was a patch where the stealing of farms thing was bugged. I assume they fixed that. But maybe they didn't? Here, well, actually, no. This is a blue farm. Yeah, it's a red farm. You can steal farms now. But yeah, there was a patch where you couldn't. Hard to keep track of the bugs, obviously. Guys, I don't know what Terz does when he loses water now. He's got worse overall economy. And if NeoZz plays Navy and has cannon galleons from the shoreline with the range we talked about, I think it might actually be over. But he does have to be careful down here. And whatever this is not it. This is not it. He doesn't see there's keeps going up, I guess. Maybe now he does? But if these go up, this could be a real problem. The Cav Archers are trying to deny this. Super close, actually. Cav Archers might actually... He might actually deny both towers. 96? 96.9? Okay, that one will go up. This one not. Bombard tower will be trebbed down. Over here, NeoZz is very distracted. And his bombard cannons are out of position. And Terz is feeling good about life. But now the bombard cannons see the skirms. What a crazy game. This could, like... Terz played really clean all day. The game one opening was dream scenario for him. This is the chaos that NeoZz thrives in. This is NeoZz energy. He loves games like this. I don't think it was planned for it to be like this. But he is really good at adapting in these types of crazy situations. Having said that, this fight is worrying for a player who is running out of gold to mine. NeoZz has 200 more gold to mine. That's it. And he actually has to come over here. He's got an extra 25. And bombard cannons are not cheap. Skirms and spears, you could... Well, I guess they're not spears. They're fire lances. You can kind of make them all day. There's relics here for Terz, and Terz still has 10k more gold? 13k more gold. Yeah, there is 5k more gold in the bank. This is true. I am aware of that. But 5,000 gold with no consistent gold income goes away very quick. So we're going to have a lifestyle creep situation for NeoZz. NeoZz is like those, sports players who are used to having, like, all the gold, right? You know, big contract. And they're just, they get used to spending in certain ways and getting used to replacing bombard cannons and Cav Archers and whatever the real-life equivalent is. And then they've got nothing. 2 relics is something, I guess, but not enough to make consistent gold units. But he is going to go for the killer gold units now in Galleon. And I think Terz is realizing this a little bit too late. His docks will go down very quickly. The 17 rage cannon galleons can pretty soon disrupt all of this. Terz is trying to reclaim his territory. NeoZz has just walled it up for now. And NeoZz, 40 on food. And the Cav Archers are here. So Terz has to bring all his army home to defend. Just didn't factor in the water fast enough. I think if he did everything else that he was doing and also went heavy on Navy in these moments, it would have been really strong. But this is really brutal. And these galleons are going to get a ton of value. And the cannon galleons are going to melt the fortifications here. I imagine the tower will go down. The villagers could go down. The castle will go down. NeoZz is attacking skirmishers with a ram. But he doesn't need anything else right now. That army is just stuck behind the walls, right? Castle's down. Next castle will follow. He is getting Upsiong now. Maybe needed that upgrade earlier. That's more range on the towers. But he will complete it. I don't know if this upgrade's going to be realistic. Man, is that expensive. That's not realistic at all. I think you have to plan for Hussar if you're NeoZz. If you had Hussars raiding here right now, it might be game over. Terz even snags heated shot. So his towers and castles do more damage versus ships. But I mean, you're not going to range the ships. That's the issue. I guess over here you do. But you don't range the cannon galleons. Turk cannon galleons are key here. Stables everywhere for NeoZz. I think he's got this game, guys. He just needs to defend from this. And actually, it's mainly skirms. So if he sends Hussars there, he should be in a great spot. NeoZz has been spending the last 5 minutes fixing his economy, balancing things out. And the stables are going down. The farms are looking great. The eco upgrades are looking good. He's not going to take any immediate damage on either side. He's still able to kind of relax, kind of hold. We actually see 2 more bombard cannons coming out. They might make a play for the trebs. Terz's pop is pretty high, but this is a much tougher game for him to play right now. The Hussars are going to start to make their way through to the golds. Honestly, I'd bring... Oh, he's already doing it. He's got a mining camp right here. Just bring Vils and take it. That's a really good call. Like, why not? If you're going to win the fights, obviously. Another Treb takes a bombard cannon there. I'm noticing the Terz fans that were in my chat are really quiet right now. Do you guys only cheer when good things are happening for him? Come on. I thought you guys had faith. Terz is winning. Oh, yeah, we're a big fan of Terz. Oh, yeah, Terz. Talk about fair weather fans. My God. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, again, his pop is good. But I think this is a situation where his pop will drop down to 120 in the blink of an eye. Hey, these units die. These units will die to a couple Hussars. These Vils are going to die to all the CA and the Hussars. The cannon galleon's still ranging everything from shore. Like, I think Terz is in a very, very, very poor position right now. And I think he knows it. But what a game. What a crazy, 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 crazy game. Ultimately, I just think NeoZz, he had better... he was able to use the bombard cannons and the bombard towers to defend for a bit longer. And the bombard cannons also could push way faster than the trebs could for Terz. Ooh, Terz comes in with a couple fires here. Didn't see the sneaky docks. I just think there's too many galleons right now. Too many galleons. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. They're getting some good value. But he's down to 114 pop. He's lost 190 villagers. He's got plenty of idols. This is 16 of his pop. That should go down to some Hussars. More villagers are over here wanting to build a tower. We'll see if that completes. And NeoZz is going to take this gold. Crazy game. Lord Yoshi says, T90, Terz is German. His name should be pronounced German, and actually means the third interval of musical notes. Really? You think he's German? That's actually crazy, because here, I thought when I put the German flag up, I thought he was Swedish. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. German is not a great language for me. If I'm slightly mispronouncing it, I apologize. We got people from all over the world. NeoZz is French. I may be wrong on that as well. I am very sorry, okay? I'm not trying to cause any issues here. If there's one language I am known for not getting right, it would probably be German. And GG. Damn. Damn. What a game. What a game. That was super cool. Like, they basically both had to evacuate their main base. Guys, can we appreciate this for a second? Zoom out and just think about this, okay? Like, NeoZz started here. This is where all of his, like, build-up basically was. Terz started here. And this is how it ended. That is super freaking cool. Holy. How much gold did NeoZz have this game? 34k. Yeah, like, Terz did probably what I would do, and I would keep Vils in the base for a while. NeoZz just said, I'm leaving. Like, he built one castle, one siege workshop, and he just picked up everybody and brought them over to gold. And over time, he went to wood and he went to food. But I think that additional gold was really helpful. And also keeping the Vils alive was really helpful, because when the food gets bad, you can't produce more Vils, right? Yeah, bombard cannons were a game changer. He made 31 of them in this game. And the CA were really valuable as well. Also, bombard tower. There's only a few players I ever see building bombard towers at a high level. That's a really good play with the Turks. Really leaned into the cannon galleons and the bombard towers having extra range there. So, game number 3. Man, it's going to be fun to watch these guys wherever they end up. Either Silver League or Gold League for one of them. Winner here does not make it to gold, just to clarify that point, but they are one series away from making it into the fast track to gold. I think the way the seeding plays out and the odds play out, neither player is favored to do so, and they would be underdogs in the next round, but still very fun to watch. Very happy that both these two will be in the 10K league at least. We got Burgundians for NeoZz. Burgundians, kind of your typical arena-style civ with the early eco upgrades. That alone makes them good on any map with stone walls. And they're really tough to stop if they also get relics. So 5 relics are on this map. And these relics are positioned on these little monuments. And so players will obviously know about that. And we'll look for that and we'll scout that. And you have these shrines behind your woodline. So you have to chop to free it up. And on this map only, you can make a priest. So you can't, in normal AoE 2, for anyone who's like new today, you can't make a priest. In normal AoE 2, you make a monk. Or I guess, the monk equivalent. The priest here is 75 gold, not 100. And it only has 5 conversion range. Which to me is weird because the dude is younger. So I don't know how the guy who still has hair on his head and clearly looks like he should be able to move faster is like the same speed but only has 5 range. Like you would think that maybe there'd be more value in the... Well, anyways, not important. So you got a couple different approaches. NeoZz is going to put 3 villagers on the first tree. These trees are also 150 wood, which is just a detail of the map. But you can't put 3 villagers on the next tree because of pathing. So you do 3 on the first tree and then 2 on the next. So he's definitely balanced that out. He knows what he's doing. And this tells me it could actually be fast feudal. Some people have been doing that. Oh, yeah, this confirms it. I will gift 50 subs to the stream if NeoZz does not go fast feudal here. 5-0, okay? Because I think what he'll do, I hope what he'll do, is he will bring in the first boar. He will then make a priest from here, walk over, heal up his scout. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? NeoZz, don't screw me over like this. I don't know why he's leaving his base right now, but he's got to heal up. And then he can go back and take the other board. Basically, it's more efficient. You don't need to... What are you doing? Go back. You don't need to take the risk of losing your scout on the next try. I mean, he's going to gold, so this still feels like fast feudal. Right? Why would you go to the middle with a weak scout? That doesn't make any sense. Like, Terz is going to see this, and Terz is going to be like, his scout is weak? What? Terz is going to go fast feudal. I'm also certain on that, but I'm not putting another... I'm not making another bet. Because that's stupid. The guy who makes a video on how gambling is bad for AoE gambles subs to his audience and fails miserably. Go! Okay, he's scouting the relics right now is what he's doing. If you scout the relics, you then have vision on if they're still there. When a relic is picked up, it immediately disappears from your vision. Bro is going FC. Oh my god. Why? Why chop through with such vigor if you're going fast castle? Why? Well, NeoZz subscribed to the stream 2 days ago, so this will really feel like gifting 59, I guess. Here we go. Okay, I mean, I was right on some aspects. Give me some credit. I blame the map, because I was going to run out of things to say otherwise. But okay, he's going to chop out. And he's going fast castle for some reason. But he mined enough gold. See, he went to gold too. I thought it was going to be fast feudal because of that. Interesting, though. I mean, the downside to his build right now for me was he didn't have wood. So he wanted to make 3 of these. Well, Terz's build, he's likely going to add scouts. And he's also going to have the priest being made. It's kind of tough to get the scout production. My theory the other day was... if you keep all your 3 monks together, you have like a minute and a half in early feudal where you can actually pose a threat, convert their scout, and be fine. If they're all spread out, it's risky. But if you keep Maybe even just 2 of them together with your scout, it could be fine. Let me ask this. This seems so judgmental. I think I'm just mad at myself. I'm not mad at this user, but tell me if this message seems so judgmental. This guy says, let me ask this. Why would the civ that needs early eco upgrades need to go fast feudal instead of getting the upgrades? Question mark. Because you could get the next upgrades. You could get the castle age upgrades even faster, bro. There's some logic to what I said, all right? And there's precedent, too. I can name a bunch of games, but I'm not going to because I'm not salty. Ooh, Terz. He almost wandered a little bit too far there. I think he saw that scout. He definitely knows the relics are gone. So Terz will be kicking himself. He actually backed away a little bit. That is going to be 1 relic into the base there for NeoZz. Okay, here he is. Uh-oh. Okay, well, scout will be trapped. But Terz kills that. This one's already on the move. This one's already hoping to get back. And then this one has been picked up by Terz, and he's going to hope to get back. But there's another one. What? How is he getting away with this against scouts? Damn, that's crazy. This reminds me of the one game with Survivalist and Thunderbolt. And I was just like, the guy who went army somehow allowed 3 relics into the base. And it didn't make any sense. This is super sneaky. But it's super tough against scouts. That'd be huge if he can get there. Look, Terz is waiting by the gate. He doesn't see anything. He's looking inside as well. He doesn't see it yet. He's really confused. And NeoZz is just going to chill by the woodline and wait. And where's the other one? The other one's over here. Okay. Well, now that NeoZz is in feudal age, he can attack this scout and be at the same speed. So Terz will eventually lose this. NeoZz saw the scout. Then the scout didn't see him. And Terz thinks he missed it. Terz is like, well, whatever it was, I missed it. That was some crazy patience from NeoZz. I love that. I would definitely lose that. I wouldn't just sit and wait. What a build. And Priest starts to convert with the Wololos. It will not work if the scout's moving away. Damn, so Terz goes fast feudal for scouts to take control. And in the end, as the Priest even tries to block there, he's going to end up losing more priests than his opponent. Oh my god. And then can he get converted too? Oh, that was so close. That was so close. So, NeoZz's build is sick here, guys. He has the early eco upgrades. He's getting better eco upgrades. So I predicted everything about his build. I don't need to gift the subs. We've got relics coming on the back. He's going to move them back there. That's probably where he's planning to build the monastery. It's weird, but you can't put the relics into the shrine. It's even more confusing because they changed the graphics and they made it so you can build monasteries that look like this, but that's not how the map works. Terz is... I mean, he has the villager lead, but like the goal was to have all the relics, or most of them. And he's just not going to. I mean, there's still one out here, I guess, which I assume he sees and is making a move for. And he should be able to get that one after he killed that scout. Actually, I think NeoZz, if we're talking tiny details, it should have full healed that scout before moving out, but I kind of missed what happened there. Second TC for NeoZz, third TC for NeoZz. Oh, man. The power of the way military is really going to have to show itself here. Because the Burgundian economy is really tough to beat. I think the main way NeoZz loses this game now is if he doesn't fight back big for map control and castle age. Because usually someone in Terz's position will go like army, forward castle, and try and push. There's a lot of gold in this map. Way more than most. So just because one person has the relics doesn't mean they win the game. You still need to have the map. But this is a significant lead for NeoZz, guys. Like, It's not very close, actually. I think Terz has to stay all in. Like, full on 1 TC. Like, maybe make, like, He Guang out of the stable, go forward Monastery, forward Siege Workshop. Like, this build from NeoZz was really good, of course, but, like, also I think something went a little bit wrong for Terz. Which isn't ideal, because this is his home map. So this is a map that you would have expected him to have labbed out pretty nicely. A lot of the times we've seen Jean-Bay raiders. So, like, they're CA, they're cab archers, basically. But too many farms for Terz. He actually shifted some villagers off of food. You need more wood and more gold right now. Crabsicle, are you sure you want to spill these details? I mean, it's in my Twitch chat now. Crabsicle is giving us intel from Terz. Says, before the game, he told me the plan was fast imp, Jean-Bay traction trebs. Okay, well, that would explain the food count. But Crabsicle, hear me out. If Terz wins this series, and that's not what he does right now, and he's in the next series, and his opponent is currently watching the stream, that's a detail that maybe they're aware of then. And just a thought. Just a thought. Monastery's up. I'm just trolling. It does seem like he's going to do that. But fast imp traction trebs is really interesting. Traction trebs in what army? It's got no army right now. 51 vills versus 41. NeoZz is expecting the Jean-Bays because he's out of the siege workshop and he's paranoid. He's building outposts. He's also going to click imp. Dude, crazy imp time. It's basically the same imp time and he has 3 TCs. That's crazy. That's so good. My God. The Burgundians are strong, but still, that just seems so well timed. And does lose the monk, but he sees the siege workshop. Actually sees 2 siege workshops. So what do you make against this? You know, if NeoZz goes hand cannons, which I think is the more standard play here, I think traction trebs can own it. I've been of the opinion for a while that traction trebs are overpowered. People just didn't know how to use them. I think we've reached the point now where people have a bit of an understanding. I'm still really concerned that Terz doesn't have a lot to support it. Like, 2 Jean-Bays is not very, I guess, bay for me, but, like, you get to, like, 6 to 8 traction trebs, you're sniping bombard cannons, and you're sniping hand cannons, no problem. And he's going to switch stables now. That's a good call against this. Going cav is way better than hand cannons. I think if he didn't see the second siege workshop, he would have never thought about traction trebs. But seeing the second siege workshop gives him that time to think about it. Realistically, Terz should be adding a lot of monks right now. Monks can help against the cab, but he doesn't know what he's up against. Resources collected. Significant lead for NeoZz. If he can just put that onto the field, put that into military, he should be able to dominate here. T90, how do you feel about Terz putting the relics in the forward monastery? It's completely fine, because if this push doesn't work, he loses anyways. In situations where, you know, in different situations, it's more questionable, but there's no way that he loses this middle of the map and has any chance when he's this far down. And actually, the monastery helps you a little bit if you want to get some units out. So, traction trebs are on the way. Azalor, welcome. Says, hey, T90, been watching all of TTL Bronze on YouTube. Finally get to see some on stream. Welcome. Thank you so much. There was another dude. I missed his name. I forget. I'm so sorry, but he said it's his first time here on the stream. Or on the stream, so welcome to you as well. Sorry, forgot your name and your message and what you said, but thank you. Paladin on the way for NeoZz. From the back stables, too, so the upgrade won't be denied, and the traction trebs are here. I mean, even Cavalier could probably clear this. Paladin will absolutely clear this, but this takes time. And he's given himself some time with Fortified Wall. Dude, NeoZz has made some great decisions here, guys. Fortified Wall was a clutch call that a lot of people don't get. Playing Paladin instead of the hand cannons was a perfect move. If he went hand cannon, I can really see how Terz's build could work. A lot of people do that. NeoZz did that in another game as well, I think. So that's why it could have been on his mind. 1 minute away from Paladin. Gate's almost down. NeoZz is just kind of sniping what he can to buy some time. This is heavy pressure stuff, and there's Cavalier. Yeah, this is where Terz should see it and at least make a couple more monks. There's even a priest in there. But, like, there's going to be so many units. Still needs Jean Bays. He still needs monks. He needs max value from everything. Priest gets the conversion. Paladin's 20 seconds away. Fighting before Paladin is actually smart. Because you don't want to give them a Paladin. You want to give them a Cavalier. So he fights the monks. He loses 2 units. But it's the lesser unit because now it's Paladin. And Paladin's a big jump in stats. The traction trebs get pushed back. The monks are going to get sniped. And it's a 25 villager and a relic lead for NeoZz. And I just don't think these Jean Bays have enough firepower to do it all on their own. NeoZz pushing the middle, finding the vills. Like we said, like you lose that fight, you lose the game anyways. So it's not super questionable for Terz to be out here. It just feels like the plan, even just the opening of scouts, it didn't do enough, right? Like the fact that his opponent got relics against feudal scouts when they didn't go to feudal age in the first place, and also cost me some gifted subs, really hurts. And GG's called. What a turnaround from NeoZz. I mean, guys, game 1, the Terz fanboys were out, right? People were going nuts. I was going nuts. The build was so good. He looked so confident. The approach is so good. You look at capture age, you're like, man, this guy's faster. He's so speedy. He's so... Did you know the background of where they got his name from? Like, there's so much Terz energy. And then NeoZz is just 2 great victories in a row. That's so good. That imp time was so smooth, too. That was really impressive. But I think Terz is going to be kicking himself. I don't know exactly what happened, but you just... If they get one of the relics back, sure. But being able to get back with 3 relics is crazy. I think what happened, it snowballed on him. I think the first one gets back. The first one shouldn't even happen. Like, you're in feudal age, your scout's got to be active on the map. So this first one shouldn't even happen. But it does. And then I think he realizes... I'm going the wrong way. He realizes, and I think he had chased this down, and then his one scout got trapped in. And while all the chaos of that was happening right around here, the scout getting in, his other scout's not in the right position. And then NeoZz is just super sneaky on the left, super sneaky on the right. Like, Terz being at home when he's in feudal age there and has the stronger scout was weird. Could have equally just been weird that NeoZz was out there in the first place, right? Like, those could have been sniped, but they weren't. All right, so let's see if Terz can turn this around. He's got the... Terz this around? He's got the shoe in the red. A shoe, very strong civ. My feeling on this civ is the eco they get from the... their eco's too strong. But I also kind of share that opinion with Chinese. Chinese are just not new, you know? So I think usually if we get to the 11-minute mark of a normal game where it is Chinese against generic eco-civilization, we have a situation where the Chinese are 300 to like 450 resources ahead just because of the additional vills they have, right? I compared this recently. I think it's very similar with the current state of the shoe. The shoe might actually have ever so slightly more. In all my testing, this is if they go double lumber camp with 10 on wood. So that food income, it feels negligible because I think it's like 9%. But that scales over time. And you combine that with cheap like upgrades from their archer ranges. They're amazing archer civ with that. So usually when you're making lots of archers, you don't have a ton of food eco, and that slows down your castle age time. It's because you're spending a lot of wood on all of that instead of farms. But just a super easy civ to play. Chinese, I would consider to be very difficult to play, but if you can master them, they're insane. A NeoZz with a really cozy woodline there. All right. I don't know how efficient this is going to be for more villagers. But that is really efficient for the initial villagers if he wants to go that route. And he's bringing in his elephant. You only do get 1 elephant on this map. And then you get 4 zebra. So it's less food than other maps in that way. But you do also have 2 shorefish to build a mill on. Combined with the berries. 90 Killian says those activity graphics on screen earlier. Does that mean they did something about twice a second? Does smashing idle Vil button count? Yeah, so they call it effective actions per minute. That's what Capture Age says, but realistically, there is a lot of repetitiveness that can be picked up. But this, for example, so the way NeoZz is pushing in his zebra is he pushes and then once and then one more click, and he pushes again. Other people will like click their scout around 5 times before like to the side and be really erratic with it. I don't think Terz is one of those guys, but that would give you more actions if you are clicking. So generally speaking, that speed is a good reference point. But yes, there are ways, especially with like formations, people will like kind of spam formations to you know for good reason or for not. That can also get picked up there. So but I don't know if I'm even completely accurate on all that. I don't know. I'm not a Capture Age guy. But that's generally been my understanding, right? Hawkeye says, don't Chinese have 3 more Vils and other civs? Only 1 here? Am I missing something? Yeah, you're missing how that start balances out. So because you don't have food to produce Vils right away, that is the way the Chinese Vils start is balanced. You will always see a player get Loom. So Loom takes enough time to produce 1 Vil. So just like that, that cuts down 1 Vil difference. The other guy will be up to 4. Then, because you don't have food right away, you still can't produce a Vil. Here was really good from NeoZz. Normally it's about 25 seconds vital TC. But that's still almost another villager. And only then did the Chinese start producing. So it's fairly standard for the Chinese to be up a Vil during the Dark Age. It will look like 2 sometimes when... What the? We've got a dock. It will look like 2 sometimes after the other guy gets Loom. But this is... We've got boats, guys. We've got boats. And we've got massive, omega, thick walls from NeoZz. Like, bro. He has docked this. It's not the first time I've seen it. He's walling like a madman. And if he can get away with this, if he can somehow get his walls down, his eco will be good. But like, bro! I'm sorry, but there's no way Terz can't punish this many walls. I thought he was going to go up to the woodline here. He's going to wall to the edge of the map? What? I mean, Man-at-Arms, Fast Archers is the build to punish this, and Terz is doing Man-at-Arms. But a forward archer range might be needed. We'll see. Did Terz see the dock? He didn't see the dock. Because I would be ultra aggressive at the pond. I would try and pressure this area. Because you get through and you deny the fish boom. Because the shorefish only have 250 more food. And he's going to want fish traps there. You do not want that to pay off. This is crazy. He's still not walled. But, I mean, he did some damage on the scout. He's bringing 2 Vils. He doesn't know at all what Terz is going to try here. This is way too ambitious. Like, these walls are insane. Like, I know you're Chinese, so you want the Great Wall or something, but this... Terz needs to just attack the wall and follow up with archers. You don't need to break through, but... He's trying to break in the only opening he knows about. He's gonna lose his scout. NeoZz sees it. NeoZz? Ah! What? Bro, no freaking way. No shot. Okay, now he's got to go back. Now he's got to go back because the man-at-arms are going this way. Oh, they're through. Well, just let that guy die and then... Hold up. Wait. The one unit just stopped for Terz. I don't know why. Okay, that dude's dead. It gets punished. Now we've got another wall behind for NeoZz, and there's still holes. But he's at his fish traps. He's in... It seems weird, but he already has the Vil lead. He has the fishing ships. So you keep the army out, this can easily stabilize at a certain point. And he only needs like 2 stone walls, I think. I think there's a very solid argument for Terz to have just punished this palisade wall and brought the archers up behind. Now his archers are not with his man-at-arms. So you go in the hole, and now you get walled out anyways. You really want all that army together to threaten right now. NeoZz has tried this before. I've seen him try a fish boom on a map. I would have never tried it. There was a map with no fish, but water. And he was spamming fishing ships, and you just have to get through that period where you don't have any food. And he did. He's got 5 fishing ships on fish traps now. So now his dock is producing eco, and his TC is producing eco, and he's ahead. He's also not cutting army count. He's making skirms, he's making range units, so I really think NeoZz can get away with this. Still, though, the shoe economy is fantastic, and it should lead to a better castle age time, even if Terz doesn't do anything fancy from here. Like, I think... And in Castle Age, forward siege can still just completely kill the fish boom. The shoe economy is top-notch. Because you have your food in your normal fashion, right? And then you have all the vills on wood. Fletching is already in. I wonder if it dawned on Terz exactly what he's up against right now. Yep, he sees it. He saw a fishing ship, at least. He sees the dock. Don't tell me this army's going to get in now. Oh, man. Well, not yet. A nice job from Terz. This is so much, like, damage. So much aggression. And we've got boats. He adds a galley to defend the opening. Okay. Well, I mean... Again, I think for Terz, that doesn't change a lot. That tells you exactly what this is. You have to tell yourself that takes time to pay off. And you need to play towards Castle Age and towards a forward siege workshop. And this is where you smash with mangonels. I don't think... I'm still not seeing any farms. I'm seeing 19 on wood for Terz. He's building another blacksmith. Bro, you have a blacksmith right there. Okay, he just noticed. That's kind of nice, because... He might not have noticed otherwise. How much of this is confidence? How much of this is shakiness from NeoZz? This does not seem good enough, but he is getting fletching, so he can maybe hold. And I really think the siege has to be forward for Terz. Blacksmith is deleted, I think. That was really close. I could go back and check. Maybe someone of you will notice. I think it was deleted in the very last second, but if not, it was 150 wood gone. Terz will gladly micro. Thank you to the same person who consistently reminds me that I didn't gift the subs. I totally didn't, intentionally not say anything the first 17 times you tagged me. I'm casting right now, all right? Also, you're already subbed, man. You're supposed to be on my team. We're pals. Not that I'm not friends with people who aren't subbed, but, you know. Okay, now everyone's going to tag me. Thank you. 50 food in the bank for NeoZz. 50. Not 500. He's 750 food away from clicking up the Castle Age, and Terz is already up. Can someone with far more time and bigger brain than I do the math, please? Please give me the cost of 9 fishing ships and... sorry, I have to click the fishing traps. I guess 9 fish traps, yeah. What does that total up to? My point is here, is that takes time to pay off. And Terz adding another range. There's the villager I was waiting for. Terz knows what's up. Yeah, about 1,500 wood, exactly. So he's not even ahead in res... He's not massively ahead in res collected. But if he can hold this, if he can defend this, and he's actually extending into some stone walls now, it's just pretty interesting play. Then, obviously, with more eco workers, he will be in a better spot. But he stonewalls the pond. Siege Workshop's going up over here for Terz. And Terz is just going to be through into the eco. And that's an area you didn't wall, my friend. And that is a tower that will likely not complete. I would say refresh the stream. Everything's fine on my end. Just refresh the stream. I see people saying stuff. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I did drop frames, so maybe Twitch servers or internet or something. Okay, double tower. Interesting. I mean, you click up now. I would have built my siege workshop here, and I would just pressure the pond. But the stone wall makes you think twice. The double tower makes you think twice. NeoZz is staying in it. Siege is on the way now for Terz. And he can break through this wall, and he can go this way. And then there's more villagers exposed. More villagers that have to run. More villagers that have to hide. But I'll give him credit. He hasn't actually lost a lot here. He's only lost 2 economic units the entire game. Mangonels are speedy with the shoe. At a certain point, Terz, I want you to actually commit to, like, just destroying something. He went through here, then he went through here, then he went through here. Now he's going through here and then here. Like, at a certain stage, I'd just like to see you commit to just destroying the dock or destroying the TC. But he wants Vil picks right now, which is understandable. And this is still more than fine. He's going to find some damage. And he wants in. And actually has a shot to get through, guys. I mean, I didn't think he would get through in time. NeoZz is realizing he needs another tower back there. And Terz sees the tower is going up. And Terz will shift the focus onto the TC because getting through won't do enough. Second TC for Terz is going up. 6 seconds of TC idle time for him. Love that he's switching to another woodline. Love the pressure here. And NeoZz finally makes it to Castle Age. Finally. And we'll go for a siege workshop. NeoZz has been using the market big time. Like, he's a day trader over here. And in this case, it hasn't been a very good day because the rates have not been kind to him. He has had to use the market in ways that he probably wasn't planning on doing. His eco is a mess. What could be sick, though, is you use siege to defend and you go archers to counterattack. If Terz doesn't notice something like that, things could get kind of interesting. Just passing. Terz has ballistics. Could have maybe got the snag, or the snipe there, but he's focused on this. And TC will go down. I think. Oof. It's not down? Okay, well, I mean, that's okay for NeoZz. The TC's still up. This is where they were looking, I think. I'm assuming Terz noticed this. It's not the biggest army. It's not crossbow. It doesn't have bodkin. He has ballistics. He can clear that. And still push to take us to a game 5. Feels like it anyways. Yeah, NeoZz. Oh, he's got crossbows over here now as well. I guess there is a tower, and I guess there are knights. But the TC is still so close to being down, guys. And the eco count's even. 3rd TC now from Terz. You guys hear that? No, listen. Turn up the sound for a second. Listen. Does anybody else hear that? It's clear to me. You hear it? Anybody? Yeah, Overjoyed got it. It sounds like a game 5. Exactly. It sounds like we're going to a game 5. Yeah. Because Terz could just back off now. I mean, you've done enough damage. You're taking the map control. Things will get a little bit more difficult for you to manage now because you also have 3 town center economy. But I think he's in a good spot. Terz can never make a joke about my farms ever again. Those are the rules. He could have tried to continue to kill the TC. I agree with you on that. But the priority now, like the damage is done in my eyes. The priority now is all the normal things with Kilimanjaro. And you have to fight for map control through the middle. Don't take any big risks. You hold the middle hill, you win on this map. And Knights come through on a counterattack. Knights are getting shot still. Did kill a monk. Micro is so much more difficult once you've got this big of an economy. And yeah, TC has Bodkin. The Knights don't have many upgrades. The Knights are all going to go down to that town center. And then there's no army for NeoZz to counterattack with. MP loses it. I have to ask NeoZz about this, but like, here's my thing. If NeoZz loses this series, I just look back at this and say, dude, this was your #1 Civ pick, and you're a really good player with normal meta and multitasking. So, I'm just kind of... It feels like a bit of a waste of a game when it doesn't work. I mean, I'm sure it's worked. I'm sure he's seen examples where it's looked good if you get away with it. But just feels like this... The whole game you've been on the defensive, and you invited so much more pressure than you would normally have. And then the walls were so greedy. The dock is one thing, but this wall was ridiculous. What? Well, the docks got him into this mess, and the docks are going to get him out of it. He is now committing to 2 more pawns. Bro, there's no way. There is no way. I mean, if he pulls it out, that's legendary. But it's so much harder now. Separate fishing ships into separate little ponds and separate fish traps and... Like, holy cow, there's no way. I really hope Terz breaks through and sees it. I wish we had, like, Terz's face to see his reaction if he saw this. Yeah, there's gill nets. There's a couple more fish traps. Might as well prep a couple more galleys while you're at it, because he's going to be through in no time. NeoZz's TC is underneath the hill. His whole existence is underneath this massive hill. Look at the houses Terz has built. Terz's vision everywhere. Love the houses there. Even that gold is something that NeoZz can never get to. And as he's adding more fishing ships, he now has another area to defend. That's so funny. Interesting we're seeing stables from Terz. I don't hate it. If your opponent's just going siege defense, you can always run in to snipe the rocket carts. Terz isn't like a super imp timing player per se, so really heavy micro archer nerds would never add knights here, and they would just play towards Arbalest. I think technically, I think you should be playing towards Arbalest, but when you have this much map control on this map, you're fine. And okay, he got food, he made 2 knights, and then he had to delete them because there were monks there. Just painful. Respect, though. Respect that he at least commits. And it is the only... I guess it is the only way that he stays even in this game now. So, I don't know what'll happen when he runs out of wood, which is likely. I don't know what happens when he runs out of gold, which we're pretty much already in that situation. Looks like he is going to try and go this way for it. Terz with crazy micro there. That's one of those, like, if I ever am watching another caster cast my games and I see that and they don't comment on it, I'm like, come on, bro, that was sick. So that was sick, Terz, well played. And Terz takes us to a game 5. Damn. Wow. Again, that was the #1 pick there from NeoZz. Is that how I want to see Chinese played from a player his caliber? Probably not. But what makes NeoZz fun is he's unique. He tries wild stuff. Terz turns it around after dropping 2 straight. We'll go to a game 5. Again, the stakes are both players are already Silver League regardless. That is confirmed. But you win this, you will go into a final of that group to potentially make it to gold, which is Has more money, more prestige, and would be a bigger jump for these two. Well played. All right, big game 5. We were curious about wood lines. We got plenty of it. Players can have no complaints with trees here. We got a really nice spawn. And let's see how this plays out. We've got Terz playing as the Byzantines. And NeoZz as the Dravidians. And NeoZz has the flexible civ. So you build your dock. You have population space. You have extra carrying capacity on your fish. You receive extra wood. You have all these bonuses. Barracks cost 50% less. And so with that, I think he needs to use it. He needs to have the instant archer range or an instant secondary dock with the extra wood. Open man-at-arms. Because Byzantines, on the flip side, have no discounts or economically. They just have some cheaper skirms, cheaper camels, and cheaper spears. And I actually don't know, like, camels isn't that useful in this matchup because Dravidians can't even make knights. Spears isn't really that useful because Dravidians can't make knights. So really, it feels like Terz is going to probably win this through water with fire ships. And then maybe just skirms. We could see a lot of skirms in this game. Maybe long swords then, maybe cataphracts. Yeah, NeoZz loves to sneak. He loves to get a dock down on his opponent's pond, but when playing against Byzantines, you might be a little hesitant to do that. Because the Byzantine fire ships are really strong. But I think Terz came in to start the series with a really solid game plan. He knew what was coming there. I would not even hate a Dark Age outpost. Look at this scouting, guys. So he sees this, choke. Now, some people can wall this, but trust me, you try and full wall this whole thing to stop a dock, it'll be too late. So you build your dock down here. You then build an outpost here at some point. That way you at least know if the sneak comes. NeoZz is just pushing in some deer right now, so he's not too interested in scouting the pond. And he's going to send his villager to the north. Terz is bringing a villager to the south. Someone asking T91, will that water patch come? There's going to be a tournament on like a test version of it, essentially. I don't think there's any info. And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't take if it takes a very long time to come to the actual game. Do I think the balance of that is necessarily good right now? No. They apparently aren't going to do any changes to the balance before the tournament ends. So I'm a little worried about that. Do I think it's necessarily a great thing to test new balance within a 25k tournament? Yeah. Also, kind of concerned on that, but we'll see. A lot of people put more work into it than I have. And I think it's a good situation to be in. You know, we've got a lot of events, so we're really fortunate. And Terz will wall this up. Now, this dock position kind of accomplishes what I was saying with the outpost already, because in feudal, you'll get good vision. What I wouldn't mind still is a house. House here, so you will always see a dock. Yeah, NeoZz is definitely not going to scout early here, which I think he did in the previous game. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a minute since that other series. But getting all the food indicates he probably wants man-at-arms. The fishing ships are already coming up in the north for him, and he'll always get to the fishing ships a little bit faster, being Dravidians. Well, not faster per se, but he has more savings, at least with the pop space from the dock, which is a big deal with these builds. T90, is your uncle still using the Dravidians? Oh yeah, Unc's been going at it, man. There will be an uncle update next week. Maybe this week. I don't know. It's been a busy week, so have some cool things, have some fun things to bring in with his story for sure. I said earlier in the stream, he had someone recognize him and ask, "Are you my real uncle? Or are you actually T90's uncle?" And then he didn't know how to type in game. So they were like talking to him and he didn't know how to respond. And then they apparently told him, well, they did tell him, I watched the game. They said, press enter if you don't know how to type. And then he was like, thank you. So, dock here from NeoZz. Or, sorry, not a dock, barracks from NeoZz. And Terz sees it. So again, I think there's certain things that are expected here. This is one of them. And a little bit fortunate that he finds that. NeoZz finds the dock, finds the wood line, and yeah, dude, he knows about that. Will he send the Vil? Yup. Yep. Ville's on the way. This Ville's name is... Phil the Ville? Phil the Ville. Phil the Ville is on the way to change the game and get to the dock. Terz might be paranoid about this. So, let's see. Because he's not double-checking the barracks. No way he finds this. Just passing. Did Terz see that? I don't know if he saw it. I don't know if he saw that. I think he's clicking to double-check the barracks. He sees the militia now. Does he? I don't know what Terz sees. All I know is the villager is on the way. And the villager wants a dock. He is building a barracks now. He also has a villager here. Terz also doesn't know what direction NeoZz is docked. I think he's expecting it to be in the north, and he's looking for that right now. Oh, but the militia made it through. Gets quick-walled out. And the villager is here. And Phil, you've got to be real discreet, bro. Real discreet. Terz sees it. He's going to block it with the fishing ship. I think? Okay, well, he saw it. It's hard to block that. He will add a fire galley right away. So already, lots of pressure on Terz. And this is just all the Dravidian bonuses. That dock was essentially free. So dock will complete. And Terz will have to make fire galleys at all times to defend his fish. Now over here, again, Terz doesn't have scouting on this. So he's just walking blindly. And a lot of the time, the dock's not going to be on the right side. The dock's going to be on the left. And the NeoZz could see this. NeoZz is fishing the shorefish. Will he notice that? Because you're not going to expect the dock from the left of your pond, the direction your base came from. I don't think he sees it. Because, guys, we're looking at this right now. We've got arson coming in. We've got man-at-arms coming in. This is where their main focus is going to be. Again, NeoZz seems to have just double-checked here. But he still can't see the Ville. Still can't see the Ville. And they're still microing here as well. Scout gets sniped. Scout's a really big deal here. Lots of quick walls. Lots of pressure. Game number 5. Man-at-arms still running around. And, okay, now he's double-checking. He sees it. That's crazy. It's crazy he sees that. The fishing ship won't do anything now. And over here, we didn't actually have a fire galley created by NeoZz. Not yet, anyways. Looks like he will. Man-at-arms killed an archer, which is not normally something you say, but there's other things to focus on here. And guys... Oh, never mind. Well, I thought the dock was going to be denied. Dock will complete, but the villager will be found by the archer. And villager will probably be stuck there and probably die. So, economically, all the momentum in the world with NeoZz. Byzantines have potential to turn this around, though. And there's not too much you can do to save this Ville. You can't quick wall it or anything. So that villager dies. Man-at-arms will aim to run through here. Is this a trap? Bro! Terz clutching it in game 5. What? Hold on. It's arson, though. It's arson. Arson? Nope, not enough. That's sick. Viper who? Double gate? Little trap? It's expensive to build this, but it's all about the mental edge, you know? And the man-at-arms won't have to run around anymore. Did these get kills at all? Yeah, so NeoZz just stopped producing here. Interesting. He just knew he was going to lose that. And NeoZz has his fire galleys patrolling pretty far away up here. Guys, Terz has 3 fire galleys in queue and 1 dock. Obviously, that means he'll get them eventually, but that means he's not spending his res as balanced as he would like to. You really want better red spend than that. That could be a blacksmith. That could be farms. Walls are coming up from NeoZz. Another villager sneaking to another pond now. Does have to be careful in the north. And actually, when he had brought the villager over here, he took it home. And he doesn't have a repairville now. So neither player has a repairville. And usually the repairville is the difference between the current NeoZz situation and... Terz. Villager from Terz headed to the other corner now. Terz will have cleared up this in the south with minimal investment. Not bad. He has a weak ship in there, which he saves. And he has another fire galley. And he has another demo. NeoZz is losing this pond. He's also losing his archers. And NeoZz is on the way to Castle Age, but the pond situation is looking pretty good for Terz. He will have a safe pond in the south. He will be killing fish in the north. He will have another villager over here, presumably to dock again. But he is not up yet, and it's not really close. Crazy game. NeoZz has just done a really nice job balancing his res. The crazy thing is he hasn't actually produced many ships in this game. He produced like one down here. Maybe one or two up here. But he just gives up on the pawns pretty quickly. And he does have farms. He does have the berries. It's not a very big army from Terz here. So if he just gets elite skirm, he could probably clear up most of what Terz has. Terz, I think, does want to dock down here. And also running around this way. NeoZz isn't walled. I guess Terz also went for fletching. I said he needed a blacksmith. Obviously, he already has that. And he does have archers here. Terz is... This is wide open, dude. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's open, too. So there's a hole there. There's also a wide open hole here. And NeoZz sees this, and NeoZz reacts. Resources are balancing out for Terz with the fishing ships. Could get some villager snipes. All the villagers get pushed off of wood. NeoZz now has to run home, which is not what you want to do with the faster castle age. And his eco is a wreck right now. Let's come over to this wood line. Only one fishing ship over here. Terz never docked this. Terz did dock this. An elite skirm and armors coming in for NeoZz. But his food income is so bad right now. The worst part is I don't even think he has a market. In these situations, you want to market and you can buy and sell res. He's so far away from that. This is what Byzantines want, guys. They survive the crazy early game. They just hang in. They want to dominate with their fires on the water. Now, skirm situation's not so good because Dravidian skirms fire faster and it's elite skirm now. I don't know how these fishing ships are still alive. Hello? Okay, well, they're going to die anyways. They probably weren't doing too much. And also, if Terz adds a fire galley here, he can get the kill there. Has this pond already. And Terz is going to make more skirms. Ugh, it's so tough, but I think I would want to see knights here. I mean, Byzantine knights don't get bloodlines. Your Byzantine knights aren't cheaper. But when you have so much food income from the fish, I really wouldn't hate to see knights. Because you're already behind in the skirms. And then your opponent also has cheaper siege. And NeoZz is also going siege workshop here. Man, knights would hit so hard, but he just doesn't know. But when free town patrol hits, he might get some vision on some of this. And he might know the siege is there right before the siege hits him. Honestly, just free town watch already is going to give him enough vision to probably notice this. Yeah, he sees it. Yeah, and now he sees the monastery. So if there's a monastery, there's almost always going to be a siege workshop. He knows about the siege. He knows about the monks. NeoZz is actually adding archers because he's expecting there to be knights. He is never expecting there to be more skirms. So I guess that could be good for Terz. Market for NeoZz. He needs it badly. He doesn't even have Bodkin on his ranged units yet. He did find the kills here. Remember, still this pond. They're both just fishing there together. Very cute. No real easy way for NeoZz to break unless he wants to knock through the front door. It'll be similar skirm numbers. The best thing Terz could do is maybe avoid all this and counterattack with the skirms. Seems like that's kind of the plan right now. He will find the villagers building another siege workshop, but I think NeoZz can save them. And this gets dangerous. But imagine if the skirms go into NeoZz's base right now. He has nothing at home. Like, skirm counterattack feels like a weird statement, but it actually worked really well when someone goes siege forward. The best way to undo a forward of any kind is to just go to their base. But obviously, you run the risk of dying then. In this case, the only thing you truly need to defend with is siege, so I like the idea of a counterattack. I like the idea of ballistics. I like the idea of a fast imp with Byzantines, too. That's always an option. The skirm v skirm, everyone's favorite. And Archer range going down. It is the patient approach right now from NeoZz. He's going for big mangonel numbers. But he has to be careful. Big shot from Terz. Skirms have made it into the woodline. It is a skirmisher counterattack. That is what's undoing. And against Dravidians, they can't make knights. All their siege is forward. NeoZz is really good, though. When you counterattack him, he knows you're doing that as a setup for these moments. So you see how active he is on the front? I think he just says, I don't give a crap about my eco. He's real quick to just, like, let it all die. But now the other woodline's been found. And again, Terz is trying, and he finally gets it. He's trying to get these pickoffs as the counterattacks are paying off. And taking NeoZz off of both woodlines is so strong here. The stone is forward. The gold is forward. The stone's over here as well. Like, Terz needs to get this map back. But big shots, guys. It's all setups from the rest of the army. Big shots on all the skirms. We now have the skirms over here from Terz running through. A little risky, but he's okay. He's landing big shots here. Can he kill that one? They'll trade 1 for 1. The skirms are still maneuvering through. Terz is up 40 pop now. He's sniping all the skirms. He's sniping most of the siege. He's going to misclick the siege workshop and kill the monk. There we go. Does lose his mangonel, but with the monk gone, the knight can come out and Terz is going to win the game. Terz is going to win the game. Terz wins. Big plays there from him. I loved his defense in the early game. His sneak pond was awesome. Or sneak, dock on the ponds, taking control of all the ponds was huge. And in the end, NeoZz, he might have made it to Castle Age, but he just didn't really have a lot of army there. When your eco is that far behind, you need an engagement every single way possible, or every positive way possible, that is. And he just didn't find it. So, well played to Terz. NeoZz will probably be bummed because it was close. Terz is so solid. And I told you guys to go to 5 games today. NeoZz has done a little bit more in tournaments, but Terz has improved. I can tell he's practiced. He's got some really good builds. And so Terz will go into the final of the bracket to potentially make it to gold, which would be a crazy jump. NeoZz will be in silver. And that's probably a really good spot for a player his caliber. And who knows? Terz might end up joining him after it's all said and done. But that's what Byzantines need. You need to defend. You need to hold. You stay alive. You can beat everybody in Castle Age. 41 kills, 17 deaths. So much wood. So much food. I think NeoZz needed more commitment in feudal. He needed more army in feudal, or he needed more ships in feudal. I'm not sure which, but like going forward dock and not doing a lot, and then getting docked and getting almost immediately cleared. Something went wrong there. I think he should have not lost the northern pond. And then this game is maybe a little bit closer. Still a lead. But yeah. Also, I don't know what this killed. It says that this killed a unit, but this tells me, this fire ship being here tells me that maybe... What's it say it killed? Kill a spearman or something? Either way, I think NeoZz was thinking about coming to this pond, and then he knew the fire galley was there. And he couldn't, it was too late to moving over there. Whew. Illy says 4 arson man-at-arms dying and only killing 1 archer was not enough. Yeah, I think what I would have liked to see from Terz was, or sorry, not from Terz, was the man-at-arms were trying to do too much value on their own. You really want arson so you can break through and have a bit of a follow-up. So maybe keep the man-at-arms on the front. Maybe have fast range unit follow-up. And then you just go for a sneaky demo maybe with the forward dock. But all easier said than done at the end. Things for him to review. Good series though. Fun to see.